Hi, my name is James Diggs, and I'm planting the Corridor, an emerging postmodern community within the Church of the Nazarene. Like our modern predecessors, it is our desire to foster a community of believers that are both indigenous to the world we live in, but also characterize real, transformed lives in the context of our culture. I believe holiness is best characterized in our lives by the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The Bible teaches us in Galatians that these things go beyond any legal descriptions of do's and don'ts. And this is because true holiness is always culturally relevant and can be applied even in today's postmodern context. Much of culture today is moving away from institutional loyalties. In contrast to past decades, fewer people remain employed by the same company for the bulk of their careers. In fact, most people today work for multiple employers over their lifetime. In the same way, people are also less likely to remain loyal to denominational institutions, especially if they somehow become irrelevant to their lives. Fortunately, the Church of the Nazarene is made up of people of the body of Christ that understand that God is building the kingdom of heaven. Because of this understanding, we will always be relevant. We know that as a denomination, we do not exist for ourselves, but to invest in what will last for eternity. This has never been more evident to me as it is right now, because the Corridor Church is being planted through the partnership of the Church of the Nazarene and a local non-denominational church in Otiston, Maryland. Presently, a few families, the beginnings of a core group of people committed to planting the Corridor, gather together within this non-denominational emergent church for both worship and fellowship.
Hi, my name is Tim LeBaire. I'm the lead pastor of Crossroads Church, a non-denominational church in Otiston, Maryland. And we're excited about our partnership with the Church of the Nazarene to plant the Corridor with James and Carrie Diggs. James and Carrie have been a part of Crossroads for several years, and they've gathered a core group of people who are currently incubating in Crossroads. And we're excited about our continued partnership as we move forward together to plant this new church in the Baltimore, Washington area.
As a Nazarene church plant, the Corridor is firmly committed to the message of holiness. Yet we identify with the emergent church movement and postmodern culture more than traditional church culture and methodology. In other words, like Nazarene churches and missionary efforts around the world, we both share our common and core beliefs and doctrines, while at the same time maintain our cultural and indigenous uniqueness. As part of the ongoing conversation of the emergent movement, we value authentic relationships and open dialogue, missional living, narrative teaching, dynamic, symbolic, and creative worship. And we desire to emulate Christ in the context of today's culture rather than withdrawing from it. We believe the most important ministry every believer has is to shine for Christ where they live, work, play, and among their family, friends, and neighbors. Because of this, we are committed to helping people be the church where they live.